Hello, Substrike Army! My name is JaCubAsAlways, and I'm your coach of the Green Bay Pikachus, and this is week number 7 of the APA, the American Pokemon Association, where the Green Bay Pikachus are facing the Shreveport Talonflames, and their annoying roster to ours to a degree, but let's go over his team. He's got Mew, Rotom-Walsh, Conkeldurr, Heatran, Flygon, Crobat, Whimsicott, Alolan Muk, Sharpedo, Magneton, and Pyroar. His Heatran and Mew are Z Pokemon. I knew Heatran was not going to be a Z move because we have Mega Charizard X, Gothitelle, Scolipede, Mantine, Dugtrio, Alolan Ninetales, Hitmonlee, Bisharp, Porygon Z, Trevenant, and Alolan. Our Z-Mons are Scolipede and Hitmonlee. The reason he can't be Z-Mon Heatran is because we have a Dugtrio, which is if he's Z move Heatran, Dugtrio will literally just trap it, so he's got to be Shed Shell, Shuckle Berry, or Air Balloon, pretty much. He can't be any item besides those three. I was leaning towards Shed Shell because he'd always be able to switch out, and then he'd be able to, in tandem, check our Charizard X and our Alolan Ninetales if we don't have Hidden Power Ground or Earthquake, respectively. Or I should say Earthquake, Hidden Power Ground. But nonetheless, I decided not to run any ground coverage on Zardex and Ninetales because I thought they were better with other roles, and I didn't want to be worrying about Heatran. Basically, my goal was to trap Heatran. Like, if it's going to be Shed Shell, like, I should have brought a knockoff user, but at the same time, I was so afraid of Mew and Colbert with, like, Drain Punch or Will-O-Wisp, and I didn't want to run Bisharp like that. I knew we'd have to have a fighting coverage remove for Bisharp, or so I thought. As you're going to see, you'll see the set later on. But that's why the reason I didn't bring Bisharp. Plus, he's got a Conkeldurr, so if we're not set up with Iron Head or Bandit, Conkeldurr's just going to be able to take a hit and then in turn knock out Bisharp, and that's just not very good. And plus, I didn't think it's a good Pokemon, don't get me wrong, but you could get trapped by Magneton. If you right, I knew he couldn't bring Magneton and Heatran together, because that would just been too weak to Dugtrio. But anyway, I decided on bringing a Dragon Dancing Mono Attacking Charizard X with Substitute, Dragon Dance, Roost, and Dragon Claw. The reason being is because I can get away with this because of Dugtrio. Because he does have a Whimsicott, which is immune to Dragon. However, we are a very special Dugtrio. Where you have actually Sludge Wave. We're Expert Belt, and with our special attack investment, we OHKO Whimsicott, and thus it's a Cubia Berry, or really, really bulky Spadef. But that was a max HP Whimsicott we OHKO'd with a Sludge Wave, so I thought that was really, really cool and important. And I doubt he'd be a Scarfed Whimsicott, just because what does that really accomplish? That just allows Zardex to set up all day long on Whimsicott, and that would be really bad if he was Scarfed with like Moonblast, because that's not going to be doing a lot to a bulky Charizard X. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, and then we have Specs Porygon Z, and that just kind of teared his entire team a new one. And the reason we can get away with this is because his two resistances that he doesn't have a Ghost type, so that's really important. Our Heatran and Magneton, which I knew we'd bring only one, and Dugtrio traps Heatran. So once Heatran's gone, bada boom! Porygon Z is going to have a fun time. We have Baton Pass, Protect, Toxic, and Pin Missile on Scolipede. Toxic, as you're going to see, is kind of important. But Toxic is really cool because it can wear down his Pokemon. Like if his Flygon wants to switch in and try to start setting up, that's important. Alolan Ninetales a Scarf to check a Dragon Dance Flygon. What was my last Pokemon? Last two. Mantine was there for Defog, Roost, Air Slash, and Toxic, I believe. Or yeah, I believe that was moveset. And then we had Dugtrio with Expert Belt, Earthquake, Sludge Wave, Memento, and Stealth Rock. So that's important. I see that the Heatran's on a balloon right here, so I thought it was important just to literally pop the balloon because it's a Heatran. Like, and yes, I knew he figured we'd probably have Earthquake, but I thought it was more important to pop the balloon, and we could literally just roost off on the damage on the likes of Rotom-Walsh, Alolan Muk, pretty much those two Pokemon on his team, so I wasn't really too worried about taking this Earth Power damage. I was going to go straight into Dugtrio, knowing that I can take a hit, but I'm just like, that's not necessarily that's not really cool. I want to go into Mantine right here in case he wants to set up rocks, so I can defog. But he actually ups out the Tech HP Electric, which was good prep in this, but I don't agree with the balloon, because now, as soon as I go into Dugtrio, he's trapped, and I'm just gonna, after I pop the balloon right here with Air Slash, I already popped the balloon with Air Slash. I figured he'd switch out. I didn't think he'd have Hidden Power Electric, but maybe I should have clicked Roost and was scouting for that, but I go straight into Dugtrio. He should have seen the obvious play coming, yet he goes for another HP Electric, trying to knock out Mantine. I guess that's important, but now his Heatran just dies, and He's got no checks for Porygon Z left. Porygon Z is going to wreck his team. He's got no checks for, unless that's a Spadef Mew or something. That's the only way he's going to be taking on Porygon Z well. But he actually goes into Mew right here. And I'm actually going to decide to set up my rocks here. Yeah, his Mew could be rocks too, but I felt it was just important to get my rocks up too. But I guess I should have just hard switched right into Charizard. But I didn't know what type of Mew this was going to be. I didn't want Charizard to die because I knew it was a good win condition. I'm just going to Earthquake, trying to get as much chip damage off on Mew as possible. Because what I'm trying to do is just whittle this thing down, lower it as much as I can. He's going to Will-O-Wisp, which is fine. I expected Will-O-Wisp by Mew. But what I didn't expect is to him have leftovers right here. As he reveals the leftovers, and I'm really confused. Why bring a Pokemon with leftovers when I can Baton Pass Speed with Scolipede into a Bisharp, click knockoff, and you just kind of die? Like, that's just kind of poor prepping in my opinion. Like, yeah, he has got Conch Elder. That's not going to appreciate a +2 Iron Head. Like, this set, his Mew set was horrible. Should not have brought it. Allowed, even if he burned my Bisharp, I can literally, if I was a sub leftovers or something like that, I set up an SD all over him. And that's just really, really bad. I didn't think that he should have brought that Mew. Mew should have came for sure, 100%. But he should not have brought this specific Mew. And he reveals a Heal Bell right here. And I'm just like, really? Heal Bell? Like, you have Heal Bell as well. That's just kind of weird. Or no, sorry. He didn't reveal Heal Bell yet. I'm silly. But I'm going to poison it first. I was getting ahead of myself. I'm going to click Toxic on this Mew because at this point, I know I'm a bulky Scolipede. He's got -2 special attack. Is he really going to want to switch out? Like, I can't set up Sword Stance because obviously that's banned. We found that out when you face Panther. But we're going to poison this Mew, and we know Synchronize will not go back to us because we're a poison type ourselves. So I feel like this is a good play just to whittle down Mew to make sure it can be in range of Porygon Z, which is cool. As he clicks Psychic, and honestly, that's not going to do that much because we are a bulky Scolipede. And we do have Black Sludge, which is kind of cool. And what I'm going to do next is I'm literally just going to Baton Pass this speed into Porygon Z because I wanted to beat his team down as much as I can right now while I still can. Because then I was going to try to defog with Mantine later in the game. As this team is pretty slow, besides the only things that really outspeed Mantine are the Rotom Wash and the Crobat. So on the Muck, I wanted to try to defog, but as you're going to see, I don't make that play, unfortunately, but I just go to Porygon Z because at this point I'm at +2 speed. I'm modest Choice Specs adaptability. There's really nothing on a team that is going to appreciate this at all. Like, I can literally just click Tri Attack, and he can't switch anything in because something will die. So he just leaves in Mew. It's not going to knock it out one hit because it is a Mew. But look how much damage that does. Like, that's got to be max HP. I don't think that's any Spadef. I think it would have maybe done like 50 to 60 or so to Spadef Mew. But still, like, he's just got to let something die at this point. Like, literally, like, he's got no switch-ins. Everything will die at this point to Porygon Z. And to be honest, maybe I shouldn't have let this thing go down so easily, as you're going to see in a couple turns here, and a turn here. But I just knock out Mew, obviously. I needed to make that play there. Mew's gone now. He doesn't have... Well, he doesn't... I just don't agree with that Mew set at all, but it doesn't really harm us that much. But his team would have just gotten wrecked by Bisharp. Completely destroyed by Bisharp. But anyway, he's going to go into Conch Elder here. I need to get as much damage off on this thing as humanly possible. And I almost outgo this thing. He's not Assault Vest. I would have taken it a lot better, I think. As he clicks Drain Punch, gets some health back. And unfortunately, he's going to knock us out. Tri-Attack Paralysis didn't matter at all. But yeah, I was hoping he wouldn't have Mach Punch. And after him not going for it on Porygon Z right there, obviously he knew he could probably take it. But I go into Mantine here, hoping to defog the rocks away from my Charizard X. But unfortunately, he does have the Mach Punch, which I think he obviously had to bring for Bisharp, because otherwise Bisharp would have just completely wrecked him a new one. But also, this helps us get some Rocky Helmet damage. So we can actually lock our Alolan Ninetales into a Scarf Blizzard here. I couldn't go for Freeze Dry here, unfortunately. Otherwise, it would have just been really, really good for us. But we can't go for Freeze Dry. I go for Blizzard because it is our hardest hitting move on anything anyone's going to. And except for Rotom Wash, I know it's going to knock out Conch Elder here based on the Tri-Attack damage. He's not going to switch in Alolan Muck because that'll be taking too much damage. And I know Alolan Ninetales will get a kill right here. I think it would have 2-hit KO Alolan Muck. Perhaps he could have saved us for fodder for something later. As you're going to see, he could have switched on Alolan Muck, but I don't think he wanted to risk me being like a Calm Mind variant or something, and then that would have been problematic for him. But I am just going to go for the Blizzard. I wanted to run a sub Encore set, but I needed a way to check not Flygon. Well, that too, but Dragon Dance Flygon is what scared me more, because he could have just set up, and my team did not appreciate Flygon whatsoever. But yeah, he's going to go into Alolan Muck, and now I'm going to do you guys the dignity of speeding this part up and going to Charizard X. As long as he doesn't Shadow Sneak, we can roost up the damage, and that's what I'm going to do right here. Basically, I'm going to just roost up as much as I can in order to Dragon Dance. As he goes for a Poison Jab, unfortunately gets the 6% chance to poison us. Yes, it's unfortunate, but he was in his favor. At the same time, he could have got it the first time, because now I have to roost even more. I have to keep roosting over and over and over again, because this will give us the ability to set up one Dragon Dance and potentially win here, as long as we don't run out of Dragon Dances, or Roost, I should say. So we're just going to keep roosting, and if he crits us at any point in this, we're going to lose the game for sure. And eventually you thought he would crit us, but he does not. And I go for, I believe I roost one more time, and then I Dragon Dance this next turn right here, because I'm not going to be getting in. Oh, I actually roost one more time right there. I don't know why I roosted there. I should have just Dragon Dance. Now I Dragon Dance, because I know he can't kill me unless a crit happens. And now I actually have to roost one more time, because I knew I was going to die to poison, because I was watching how much I was going to do. And even then I was going to add 22 HP, but right here is where I roost, because I need to be able to take 2 after I Dragon Claw him, and that's where I do that, is he goes into Rotom. I know a +1 Dragon Claw is not going to knock this thing out, so what I do next is I actually just go for a Roost. I think I have 2 or 3 Roosts at this point, probably 2, because I actually just need to go for another Roost, or I'm probably just going to lose the game, because I calced it, and as long as it's not offensive, Rotom Wash, which based on that damage, he actually looks offensive a little bit, because that discharge actually did a good chunk to us. And I'm actually just going to go for another Roost. I believe this is my last Roost. And that last turn where I roosted on Muck instead of knocking it out for a little bit, like 3 health more, I really should have just clicked Dragon Claw, because then I would have been able to knock out the Muck, still live 2 poison damage, and had another Roost for this Rotom Wash right here, and been able to live more. But I'm actually just going to go for a Dragon Claw right here, and unfortunately I get a critical hit on him, which actually just didn't matter, as long as if he didn't hit Hydro Pump right there. But I don't know, unless he was counting my Roost, he might not know that I didn't have any left, but that would have 2-hit KO'd regardless. And now I'm able to just go for another Dragon Claw, and at this point I know it's going to knock out the Crobat. And that will be the very narrow 2-0 victory in our favor. So GG to the Shreveport Talonflames. That was a pretty good game. But yeah, we are now 4-2. 4-2? 4-2. Yeah, 4-2. Because week 4 game versus Panther has to be redone with a +9 differential. So that's pretty good. Next week we face the San Antonio Victory Bells, and our arch nemesis. Our arch nemesis is going to be, what is his name again? Arcanine! Arky! That's going to be a fun battle. I really want to beat you, so I'm going to be prepping really, really well and really, really hard for you. So we're going at you, boy. We're coming at you really hard, so be prepared for our best. So anyway, thanks for watching Substrike Army. Have a great day, and I love you all so very much. Adios, Substrike Army. Bye-bye.